Brother be me. Greetings to all our family out there. This is Axosu, His Royal Majesty Axosu Agelogbagan of the monarchy of Ganlodo, or the Ganlodo Axosu. Axosu means, loosely it means king in the Fon language. Similar to what Oba means in Yoruba. Same concept, slightly different culture, two branches of the same thing. We normally don't do videos like this, but something has been brought to our attention concerning one Nkrumah Jennings of the website anurockmetal.net. It is anurockmetal.net. We'll make this very brief, because we have to clear up some things. This is the only reason we're dealing with this. There are two things going on here with this guy. He used to be our jeweler at one time. We're going to be very clear about that. And he was commissioned to make the royal jewels, our mokpo, which is, you've seen videos of me with something across my shoulder. That's the symbol of authority of a king. And chiefs have those too in Benin, also Togo. So he was commissioned to make the jewels for the monarchy, right? There are several things that happen in relation to character, whereas we parted ways, dealing with his character, a whole nother issue. But here's the problem. On his website, you'll go to his website and you'll see on the about page, right? He calls his company Anurock and Metal Jewelry. So next to the last paragraph, it states, in 2013, Kodwo met an Axosu, parentheses, king from the monarchy of Ganlodo. He was commissioned to make the first mokpo and crown for a king outside the continent of Maui. Term he's using here for Africa. Kodwo discovered that he was the descendant of a family of royal jewelers and was given the Ganlodo, which means chief jeweler of the monarchy of Ganlodo. I mean, right in the first sentence is, strange, because you don't mention the name of the king, which is good, because one reason we're making this video is to show that there is no connection with us and this guy. No connection outside of the fact that he created the jewelry. But on here, he's name dropping, so to speak, but not name dropping. Every people know that we are the crown of Axosu, so that's who he's talking about. Ganlodo, everybody knows that's us. So that has to be my person that he's talking about when he says king. He's misrepresenting when he says he made the first crown for a king outside of the continent of Africa. We don't know that to be true. We do know that the crown that was made for us was the first crown ever made for a Dahomean cultured, Benin culture, Bay speaking area culture king. So that's what should have been on there instead of crown for a king outside of Africa. He's saying here that he is the Ganvi Bloto Gan, which means chief jeweler of the monarchy of Ganlodo. This is absolutely false. We do not have a Ganvi Bloto Gan. At the time we honored him by saying he was Ganvi Bloto Gan. That means, he's the chief jeweler, but he's the only jeweler, But as the thing is, he knows that he's not part of Ganlodo. So you cannot be, if you're not with Ganlodo anymore, you can't claim to be Ganvi Bloto Gan Ganlodo. And that should be pretty clear to everybody listening to this. This guy is not a member of Ganlodo. We have no association with him. We haven't talked with him in over 2 years due to, like we said, character issues. And he's calling himself Ganvi Bloto on his website. This is absolutely false. And anybody that has been following us need to know this. just for the record. But here's the big one. If you go to his rings, that's anurockmetal.net/rings, ANUROCKMETAL.net/rings. And you'll see a set of rings. And the second one from the left, you will see a ring that looks like this, except for it doesn't have any jewels in the eyes. And he's selling it on here for $575. The problem with that is that that is the royal ring of Ganlodo. That's a big problem, and that is a major cultural taboo and violation that he knew and knows now that he should not make. When he was commissioned to make that ring, he was told this ring does not go outside of Ganlodo. Period. And he claimed to be hyped about that concept and was totally with it. Now we see he's trying to sell replicas of the ring for Ganlodo. So once again, we're not associated with this guy. We have nothing to do with him at all. He's in violation of cultural and royal protocol. I mean, the royal protocol is cultural, but on one aspect, he's just violating culture in general. And the royal protocols, this is an assault on the royal institution, what you're seeing happen here. This is an assault on the royal institution, especially since we had given him a chance to prove himself within this culture. The name that he carries, we gave him that name. How he knew he was of the royal, he had royal jewelers in his family. It was because of the roots reading that we did for him. He's not mentioning any of that on the site. But what we'd rather do, we've been trying to contact this guy and tell him to cease and desist. He's ignoring phone calls. He will not return any messages, any texts, any voicemails. And we see that's not going to happen. He's not going to fess up, and face the music or give an explanation for his actions. That's obvious, because we've been trying. So what we're doing here is publicly denouncing his actions. He is not commissioned to do what he's doing. He is not a part of us and never will be. Was he a part of us for a brief moment? Yes, until the oracle showed us some things, and then he proved the oracle right. Won't get deep into that or nothing. Just we're here to disclaim this guy's purported connection, to us, and let you all know that this is not in line with what we do. So once again, his website is anurockmetal.net. And that is what we're dealing with today. It's hard to get Black Americans to be African. And then when a lot of times they claim to be African, they still have that Black American in them. And it causes them to violate all type of taboos that they know they shouldn't violate. There was a man who was initiated a long time ago in Cuba in the 50s. And the people in Cuba told him to not come to America. Whatever he said, they said, whatever you do not go to America, go back to America and start initiating African Americans. It's like, whoa, wow, what? So automatically people thought that, wait a minute, these were non-Africans initiating him, right? Had to be non-Africans to make that statement. Incorrect. These were African Cubans of a particular African line of Lucumi in Matanzas, Cuba. And it took us some years to realize why he said that, why they said that, whoever said that to them. It was because they knew that when you start initiating Black Americans into these traditions that still have the Black American mindset and not the African mindset, then you were in for a Molotov cocktail type of, basically a world of trouble. And so we saw from that initiation, he came over and he started initiating people. He didn't think nothing of it. He was like, who are they to tell me that? And we probably would have thought that too if we didn't overstand them, like we overstand what they really meant now. And he began to initiate all the wrong people. We're not saying he did that on purpose. It's just that these people continue to be Black Americans. In their mindset, they were not ready to be African. That is why they told him that in Cuba. So the case with this guy that we just got through talking about, that's proof of that. We see it a lot in our relationships. We say we're African, but we have very Yovo-oriented relationships. So this is an example of of why they told this man a long time ago, don't initiate Black Americans. Initiate Africans, yes. But see, there needs to be a program to get people into African mindset before you initiate them. That's all we're saying. We're from America, but we're not Black American. We daily wash that Black American out of our mind. So the first initiation rite should be to initiate the Black American, initiate the Yovo out of you. The thinking like Whitey. Because Whitey does stuff like this guy did with this website and selling a replica of the Royal Ring and the like. Whitey thinks like that. Whitey teaches you to do stuff like that to your own. So we have been Axosu Agelogbagan. We hope you have a joyous week. We hope that even in this little spat thing here, that it was used to learn something. Maybe you learned something in this. Maybe you will be more cautious in dealing with, in assessing the mindset of people before you allow them in your circle. Odipa.